Consumer Reports just surveyed roughly 380,000 vehicles, and the results flipped the script on electric cars. Tesla is now the most reliable EV maker in America, the brand's best score ever. And the Korean EVs everyone recommends got downgraded. 12 electric vehicles landed at the bottom of Consumer Reports' predicted reliability rankings for 2026. Some of them, the most hyped cars on the road. Here they are, counting down to the worst. Let's get into it. We start with a luxury EV that scores around 21 out of 100 on Consumer Reports' predicted reliability scale, where higher is better and average sits far above that. The frustrating part is that the GV60 should be good. It rides on the same 800-volt platform as the Hyundai Ioniq 5, delivers up to 306 miles of range, offers a performance version making 429 horsepower, and wraps it in one of the nicest interiors at any price. Genesis has done almost everything right with this brand, but it inherits the same platform problems as its Hyundai and Kia siblings, and it adds a wrinkle of its own. Regular viewers know the GV60 has been sitting near the top of unsold inventory rankings, and it was named among the worst-selling vehicles in America this year. A vehicle that does not sell in volume, gets fewer software revisions, fewer technical service bulletins, and less urgency behind fixes. Genesis is not a company in trouble. The warranty is strong, the dealer network is real, and complimentary maintenance is included. But if you are cross-shopping this against a German luxury EV, the reliability data says the badge is the better story than the ownership experience. Number 11 is the vehicle that launched Cadillac's electric era, and Consumer Reports has been direct about the cause. General Motors' Ultium platform dragged down reliability scores across the board, and the Lyriq is one of the two models it names. That is worth pausing on, because Consumer Reports made a specific point about it. The problem is not the badge, it is the newness. Consumer Reports found the same pattern with any all-new platform, including Mazda's ground-up redesigns. A brand new architecture, regardless of who builds it, carries more early problems than a mature one. The Lyriq itself is a handsome luxury SUV with up to 326 miles of range, a 33-inch curved display, and available Super Cruise hands-free driving. On looks and equipment, it competes with anything at the price. What owners report are the things that plague first-generation electric vehicles generally: software faults, infotainment glitches, and electronic gremlins, rather than powertrain failures. And that distinction matters. Nobody is reporting that Lyriq motors fail. They are reporting screens that freeze and systems that need dealer visits. If you want one, buy the newest model year you can find, because each revision has cleaned up problems from the last. And check that every software campaign is closed before you sign. Number 10 is the newest and most advanced electric SUV Audi builds, and Consumer Reports flagged it for numerous reliability issues. The Audi Q6 e-tron, the spec sheet, argues the other way. Around 330 miles of range, 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. The modern 800-volt PPE platform, built specifically for fast charging, shared with the Porsche Macan Electric. Independent testing puts its charging performance among the quickest in the luxury segment. This is not an old design coasting on reputation, which makes it a clean example of the pattern running through this entire video. The Q6 is a first-generation vehicle on a brand new architecture, and Consumer Reports' own analysis says that is the single strongest predictor of early problems, more predictive than the badge, the price, or the country it comes from. There is a buyer angle too. Regular viewers know Audi electric vehicles have taken some of the steepest depreciation in the industry, with the Q8 e-tron down around 56% in 5 years. So the Q6 will likely follow, which means the smart play on this one is a lease rather than a purchase. You get the good years under warranty and hand back the risk before the depreciation and the electronics both catch up with you. Number 9 is the 3-row family EV. This channel has recommended more than almost any other, and it is on this list for one specific reason: the Kia EV9. The EV9 earns the praise. 3 genuinely adult, usable rows, around 304 miles of range, 800-volt charging that gets you from 10 to 80% in under 25 minutes. Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Sales up 35% year over year, while most of the market shrank. As a product, it is one of the best family vehicles in America. But it shares a platform with the Ioniq 5 and the EV6, and that platform has a documented weak point. The integrated charging control unit, the component that converts high voltage power into the 12-volt power the car needs to operate. When it fails, the 12-volt system stops charging, and the vehicle can lose drive power, sometimes while moving. That is what separates this from the software complaints further down the list. A frozen screen is irritating. A car that drops into limp mode at highway speed is a different category of problem, and it is why Consumer Reports weighs it heavily. Hyundai and Kia have issued recalls, and the coverage extension runs to 15 years or 180,000 miles on affected units. If you own one, learn the warning sign. A 12-volt battery light on this platform is usually the charging unit beginning to fail, not the small battery itself. Book service that week rather than driving past it. Number 8 is the best-selling non-Tesla electric vehicle in America, and Consumer Reports says battery problems have tanked its predicted reliability score. The Hyundai Ioniq 5, read that sentence twice, because it is the most surprising thing in this entire video. The Ioniq 5 has won more awards than any other electric vehicle sold here. It has 318 miles of range, 10 to 80% charging in about 18 minutes, a flat floor cabin, wireless smartphone integration, and a 10-year battery warranty. Dealers cannot keep them in stock. Buyers are putting deposits on cars that have not arrived yet, and it sits on a least reliable list. The cause is the same charging control unit as the EV9, and the Ioniq 5 has the largest owner base on that platform, which means the most reported failures. There's also active litigation alleging that some replacement units carry the same defect and some vehicles have failed a second time after the fix. Here is the honest framing, because I have recommended this car repeatedly and I am not going to pretend otherwise. Most Ioniq 5 owners never experience this. The vehicle is excellent in every other measurable way. But Consumer Reports scores what owners report, and enough owners reported this that the number moved. So if you buy one, treat warranty coverage as non-negotiable. Confirm every recall shows closed by VIN before you sign. And buy one with plenty of factory coverage remaining, so that if it acts up, the bill belongs to Hyundai rather than to you. Number 7 is the entry where Consumer Reports was bluntest. The organization expects the EV6 to be less reliable than the average new car, and it said so in plain language on its own ratings page. The Kia EV6. The strange part is what surrounds that verdict. Consumer Reports liked how the EV6 drives so much that it gave the car a stellar road test report. This is a genuinely good machine. 641 horsepower in GT form, sharp handling, 800-volt charging, and styling that stands out in any parking lot. Regular viewers know I called the EV6 GT a hidden gem on the Performance Bargains video. Then, the reliability projections landed and undercut all of it. Beyond the shared charging unit problem, owners have reported climate control failures, and Consumer Reports scored that system poorly. One documented case had the heating system fail after 3,000 miles, and the fault prevented the car from recharging until a dealer resolved it. That is the kind of failure that turns a great car into a bad ownership experience. Not dangerous, but disabling, and completely outside anything a test drive would reveal. Regular viewers also know EV6 sales fell nearly 37% year over year, which means the discounts are real. Just go in understanding that you are trading price for risk, and that the warranty is the thing making that trade acceptable. Number 6 is the one that breaks Tesla's winning streak. Consumer Reports rates most current Tesla models average or above average, a huge improvement from previous years. And the reason Tesla cracked the organization's top 10 brands for the first time ever. The Cybertruck is the exception they call out by name. That contrast is the whole story. Tesla's head of auto testing at Consumer Reports put it plainly. Tesla makes the most reliable electric vehicles now, and he attributed it to production history. Nobody has been building electric vehicles as long or in the volume Tesla has. The Model S has not been fundamentally redesigned in 15 years, and that maturity shows up in the data. The Cybertruck has none of that. It is a brand new vehicle on a brand new architecture with a stainless steel body panel approach nobody in the modern industry had attempted. Built in a plant that was still learning the process, regular viewers know it has been through a long string of recalls since launch. So the Cybertruck is not evidence that Tesla builds unreliable vehicles. It is evidence of the exact pattern Consumer Reports keeps finding. First-generation products on new platforms carry more problems regardless of who makes them. Tesla just proved both halves of that rule in the same lineup, with mature models near the top and its newest one at the bottom. Number 5 is a vehicle this channel has praised heavily, and the reliability data is the counterweight. The Lucid Gravity. The Gravity took Luxury Car of the Year honors. It delivers 450 miles of range in the 2-row configuration, 3 rows of adult space in a footprint smaller than its rivals, charging that recovers around 200 miles in under 15 minutes, and driving dynamics reviewers compare to sports sedans. On engineering, it is one of the most impressive vehicles in America. The problems are software. Consumer Reports places Lucid near the bottom of the brands it has enough data to rank, and the Gravity's most reported issue is a key fob fault that has become well known among owners. Doors failing to unlock, the car not recognizing the fob, media controls becoming unresponsive shows up too. None of that is dangerous. All of it is the kind of thing that makes you hate a car you otherwise love. Consumer Reports offered context worth repeating here. Lucid began delivering vehicles in 2021, and building an entire car company from scratch takes years to work the bugs out. That is not an excuse, but it is an explanation, and it means the trajectory matters as much as the current score. Regular viewers know the company's situation too, with a quarterly net loss above $1 billion and the Cosmos delayed to next year. Buy a Gravity because the engineering excites you. Lease it if the risk does not, and know that the warranty is doing a lot of work either way. Number 4, scores around 19 out of 100 on Consumer Reports' predicted reliability scale, putting it in the bottom 3 of every vehicle they rate, not just electric ones. The Chevrolet Blazer EV, 19, on a scale where average sits far above that and the best vehicles reach the high 80s. Owners report a list that reads badly for an electric vehicle specifically. Battery malfunctions, cooling system issues, electric heating problems, electric motor faults, drive system problems, steering, suspension, and brake concerns, and persistent infotainment glitches on top of all of it. Regular viewers know the launch history. The Blazer EV shipped with software problems severe enough that General Motors halted sales entirely, and the electronic complaints never fully went away. The market has responded accordingly. Blazer EV sales fell 68% year over year, the worst percentage drop of any volume GM product, and it has been stacking up on dealer lots, which means the discounts are aggressive. This is the entry where I would be most direct. A deep discount does not fix a reliability record, and of everything on this list, the Blazer EV is the one where I would take the savings elsewhere. The Equinox EV sitting one aisle over offers more range for less money, and the Cadillac Optic offers a nicer interior for not much more. Both are better uses of the same budget. Number 3 is rated much below average by Consumer Reports, with 6 to 8 active recalls at the time of the survey. The Rivian R1T, and that hurts to say, because the R1T is one of the most loved vehicles in the electric world. 11,000 pounds of towing, nearly 15 inches of ground clearance, the gear tunnel, the frunk, and the powered tonneau. 3 separate cargo systems before you reach the bed. 420 miles of range from a battery smaller than what full-size electric trucks need. Regular viewers know it earned a place on my longest range countdown and near the top of the value retention data. The problems are the ones that come with building a car company from nothing. Consumer Reports made this point directly. Rivian began delivering vehicles in 2021, and both it and Lucid sit toward the bottom of the brands. Consumer Reports can rank because working the bugs out of an entirely new operation takes years. What owners report is software, electronics, and the recall cadence, rather than drivetrain failures. And Rivian has been unusually good about pushing fixes over the air, which means a truck bought today has already absorbed several years of corrections that early trucks did not have. Rivian's trajectory is also the best it has been. The company beat Wall Street expectations, raised its outlook, and added a second production shift. The reliability data reflects where the company has been more than where it is going. But the data is the data. And right now it says, buy with warranty coverage and expect service visits. Number 2 is the same story, one size larger. And Consumer Reports gave it an extremely low predicted reliability score. The Rivian R1S. The R1S is the vehicle a lot of families want. 3 usable rows, 410 miles of range, air suspension, serious off-road capability, and the longest battery mileage warranty in America at 175,000 miles. It has a genuine cult following, and the owner enthusiasm is not manufactured. The reported problems are specific and, for a premium vehicle, hard to defend. Climate system faults that are not what you expect at this price. Software issues across the vehicle. And Consumer Reports flagged that the problems identified in the previous model year showed no clear sign of being resolved in the current one, which is the part that moves the score from below average to extremely low. That distinction matters. A first-year vehicle with problems is normal. A vehicle whose problems persist into the next model year suggests the fixes are harder than the company expected. If the R1S is the vehicle you want, buy it knowing what the data says. The warranty is the longest in the business, precisely because Rivian knows it needs to be, and the company is in far better financial shape than a year ago. But this is not the vehicle to buy out of warranty. And the least reliable electric vehicle in Consumer Reports 2026 data is the Lucid Air, with what the organization describes as an extremely low predicted reliability score. The irony is almost too neat. This is the best engineered electric car in America, 512 miles of range, the longest of any production vehicle sold here. The most efficient car in the world, the Sapphire version, does 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. Regular viewers have watched this car take the crown on my longest range countdown, my fastest EVs list, and the used performance bargains video. And owners report coolant leaks going back several model years. Software defects across the vehicle, doors that fail to unlock, media controls that stop responding. On a car whose price ranges from around $72,000 to over $250,000, there's one genuinely clever mitigation worth mentioning. Lucid's diagnostic system reports problems back to the company before owners always notice them, which lets the company address some faults preemptively. That is a real advantage of a small, software-driven manufacturer. But it does not change the survey result. Owners report problems, Consumer Reports counts them, and the Air landed at the bottom. So here is the honest position, and it is the same one this channel has held all year. The Air is the greatest engineering achievement in the electric vehicle world. And it is also a car from a company that started delivering vehicles 5 years ago and is still learning to build them consistently. Both things are true. Which one matters more depends entirely on whether you want to be delighted or whether you want to be left alone. 12 vehicles, and one pattern explains almost every one of them. Consumer Reports found the same thing across the whole industry. First-generation products on brand new platforms carry more problems, regardless of the badge. It happened to General Motors with Ultium, it happened to Mazda with gas SUVs. It is happening to Rivian and Lucid as they build companies from scratch. The newness is the predictor, not the country or the price. Which is exactly why the top of the rankings flipped. Tesla just posted its best score ever and cracked Consumer Reports' top 10 brands, and the reason given was production history. Nobody has been building electric vehicles as long or in the volume Tesla has. Maturity beat innovation. 3 things to take with you. Buy the newest model year you can, because each revision fixes problems from the last. Treat warranty coverage as the real product on anything from this list, since almost every reported failure is a covered repair rather than a catastrophic one, and separate the 2 kinds of problems. A frozen screen is annoying, but a charging unit that cuts power at highway speed is a different conversation entirely. None of these are bad cars. Several are extraordinary. They are just cars where the ownership experience has not caught up to the engineering yet. I am Nick, this has been Nick's Car Review, and I will see you in the next one.